The legend of Arsene Lupin, gentleman thief, is a tale that has been heard by most, but the truth known only by a few. Opinions are divisive, a playful swindler or a hardened career criminal. One thing that cannot be argued, the excitement of Arsene Lupin and his antics are unrivaled.
They're just paranoid, as if Lupin's going to get anywhere near this place.
I know you keep saying it's an impenetrable fortress, but you've heard the stories.
Don't worry, it's an easy gig. We got our posts, and that egg stays safe and sound.
Gentlemen.
An impossible undertaking for most, a walk in the park for Arsène Lupin. He was triumphant over the trials that had stood before him, but it was only with careful planning and execution that he could make every task look so simple.
Oh. Ooh. Heh.
Now, a combination was all that stood between him and his prize. The combination had to be somewhere. Would they have trusted the now unconscious guards with such important information? Now, a... Ah, 8. The terrified owners only trusted each guard with half the combination. A quick rummage, and he had what he required. Oh, 9. Before he tackled the colossal vault door that blocked his path, he took a moment to remind himself of why he was there.
Oh.
The vault stood open like a cookie jar, just waiting for him to reach in. Carefully, now is not the time to stray from the path. Curses locked, but for every door there is a key.
Ah. Aha. Heh.
Curses, locked. But for every door, there is a key. Hey, presto! Just a few more steps.
Huh?
A steady hand and...
Huh.
Of course, it was not the obvious that he was seeking. There was a more valuable prize inside.
Huh? Ah.
In all its beauty, the Black Pearl, what he had really been chasing for so long. All that was left to do was escape. A simple task after the gauntlet of obstacles he had just championed until the alarm.
If an alarm is required. Let me guess. You read that in the newspaper. They also said I ran around in a top hat and cloak. When have you ever seen?
A little exaggeration never hurt, but it's your story to tell, if you have a different version of events.
If you want the real truth, we'll have to go back further still. Let me tell you about a young man, Bernard Andrézy, his investigation and how it led to my arrest. On the second day, at a distance of 500 miles from the French coast, in the midst of a violent storm, a wireless telegraph message was received. Arsene Lupin is on your vessel. First cabin, blonde hair, wound right forearm. Traveling alone under the name Ray. The telegram was cut short, but by the next morning the whole ship had heard of Arsene Lupin's presence, and the deck was alive with gossip and rumors.
Can you believe it? Arsene Lupin stowed on board. I heard he once dressed as a Spanish bullfighter and a Russian physician.
Arsène Lupin, the man of 1,000 disguises. If what the newspapers say are true, he could be disguised as anyone.
Apparently, he's traveling under the name R. But before anyone says anything, it's not rosé.
The waiter at breakfast told Miss Underdown and I that he had snuck on in the dead of night in a rubber life raft.
Can you imagine it? Daring, dangerous. It's like something out of a storybook. Don't you think, Miss Underdown?
Not a book I'd read, but I can see why there might be excitement around him.
Should we be worried? I have valuables on board and the things I've heard about that man.
You've got nothing to worry about. But Miss Underdown, if you feel nervous...
Miss Gerland and I shall both be fine.
Wouldn't it be exciting if I could get the photograph of the famous Arsene Lupin?
It would certainly be some feat, as you said. A man of 1,000 disguises.
No, it wouldn't. As soon as he is caught, he'll be behind bars, where he belongs.
I told you to keep it to yourself.
Well, you know how gossip travels. It was always going to get out.
I wanted control, how and when. What a...
Post someone on the stairs guard in the storage room. And another guard in the crew quarters.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Get to it then.